This is called what?
I think that might be an alien.
This is called what?
Another alien.
This is called what?
An alien.
And this is called what?
Probably an alien.
And what is this?
That's an alien named the Aristocrat.
And what is this?
That's a sad little frog alien.
And perhaps what is this?
That's a scary spider alien. Cosmic Encounter is a board game where each player represents a unique alien race. But then one day the aliens think, damn, it's probably so much nicer on those other planets. I'm just going to invade and exterminate all the locals. And the winner of the game? The first player to colonize 5 foreign planets. This game is as old as dirt. It originally came out in 1977, and for context, that's the year Jimmy Carter became president, and look at him now. But unlike Jimmy Carter, this game holds up. It's been redesigned and republished at least 4 different times, and each time the company iterated on a fundamentally fun and interesting base game while shaving off various design issues that can pop up in a game with so much asymmetry. And God, there is so much asymmetry. There are 51 aliens in the base game alone, and each one adds a different game-breaking mechanic to Cosmic Encounter. Because if you really think about it, the core gameplay loop is pretty simple. You draw a card to tell you which player you're attacking, you send some troops to attack them, you beg your friends to join you in the battle, and then you play a card to add some strength to your forces. And the winner of the encounter is the player with the most combat strength. Without the asymmetry from the alien races, this game would be boring as hell. But these aliens take that core gameplay loop and fundamentally warp it so that every combination of leaders feels like an interesting new game to be unraveled, really increasing Cosmic Encounter's replayability. One example that immediately comes to mind is the loser. So I am the loser, so I have the power of upset. As a main player, before encounter cards are selected, I can use my power to declare an upset. And once an upset has been declared, both main players must play attack cards if possible. Then, after cards are revealed, the winning side loses and the losing side wins. And the loser really turns the game upside down because it makes both sides want to have the least combat strength possible and makes alliances overall counterproductive. There was one point in a game where I was set to win a combat where I declared an upset, so my power would have made me lose the combat. But then I realized I can just play a reinforcement card for my opponent, giving them the most combat strength and thus making me the winner with my power because I declared an upset. And I would have won if this was a normal combat, which means I'd lose since I did my power. So I think I lose.
Oh, it goes to the highest.
The losing side wins.
Because let's say this was a normal battle, I would win. So I think I lose, actually.
Nice. Agreed.
Very
Easy.
Which means I'm going to play this.
Oh, to either sides? That's so funny.
And I'm going to add it to his side. If that was confusing for you, I agree. But that's just one example of all the funny, interesting things that you can do with all of these game-breaking alien powers. In a sea of modern board games that require a TI-83 graphing calculator and a PhD in mathematics to play optimally, it's a breath of fresh air to play a game like Cosmic Encounter. Yes, it requires planning, and yes, it requires some strategy to play well, but some of the broken aspects of this game are going to be out of your control, and other players are going to mess with you. And that subtle haze of endless possibilities of the ways things can go wrong for you helps you not slump into a pit of analysis paralysis when your turn finally comes around. Sometimes I don't feel like planning out my next 30 fucking moves like Magnus Carlsen. As I have played more and more board games over my time in the hobby, I have realized that one of the most important things I look for in a game is player interactivity. I don't want to sit in a room next to my friends in complete silence and puzzle out how I'm going to score a couple of extra victory points. I love a game where I can negotiate.
If you take out one more of Xantiers, he can't use his special.
You're a genius, dude.
Oh,
You're
wow.
a genius.
Oh, but look at all the cards in my hand. You think you're going to take me out?
Guys,
He's got low numbers. He's got very low numbers. Care.
I say I'm going to attack Brandon. I want you guys both to join me.
Oh, I love it.
Let's wipe this freak out.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, you guys are such crap allies. Wait, let me think about this. I haven't even offered my alliances yet. Neither of you guys have any cards, and
Get in there.
he just used his reinforcement.
I was gonna give you 4.
I love a game where I can argue.
Wait. Did you get my power card?
I took 2. So
or did you take my whatever those cards are?
Oh, you'll find out.
No, but whatever. I would appreciate you giving it back to me because I think it would be interesting.
I don't think I can.
Oh, whatever. You literally you took the only 2 cards I wanted. Wow.
You think I'm going to give this back to you? You're crazy.
That would have been so fun.
Yeah, dude, this is crazy.
Fine. I'm just going to steal cards from you.
And God, do I love a game where I can betray my friends.
Okay, Orski. Yes. Harms player. Play at the start of the encounter and choose a player. The player loses 3 ships of his or her choice to the warp, if possible, and must discard 1 card of each type that he or she has in hand, such as attack, negotiate, artifact, or flare. There you go, brother.
Dude, I'll remember this, you little...
You got to invite the spiffs to battle. We get a little stir crazy.
I was winning, dude. You don't want to win. Tough. And 3 ships, huh?
3 ships.
You rat. You little rat. And Cosmic Encounter provides all of that interactivity in spades. It's a perfect gateway game for new board gamers, and they designed Cosmic Encounter in such an intelligent way to allow new gamers to feel comfortable right away. Like I said earlier, the core gameplay loop is intuitive and easy to teach. The green aliens are the easiest aliens to play, and they recommend starting everyone out with these. But as your group gets more experienced, they can add on more and more components to deepen the gameplay. You could add in the yellow aliens, the red aliens, the flare cards, the technology cards, other expansions. The content feels endless. Cosmic Encounter is a backyard wrestling match where everyone is kicking, biting, and screaming, and just when you think you have the upper hand, someone pulls out a fucking missile launcher and blows the whole game wide open. For example, in one game, my friend was playing as the vacuum. Okay, Xantier, vacuum.
Do it in the voice of the vacuum as well.
Yeah, roleplay is required.
You have the power of catharsis.
Sounds just like you.
Every ship in the war, use this power to take along up to an equal number of other ships. You specify which players must lose them and how many each player must lose. The targeted players decide which colony or colonies the ships are taken from. Ships lost to the vacuum this way are in addition to any ships normally lost in an encounter.
Oh, that's such an annoying ability. And they had the vacuum flare card, which allowed them to choose where your opponents lose their ships. Brandon, you can use your power to vacuum somebody in now.
I will also be using my superpower.
Ooh.
Oh, you got the match?
Wow.
Yeah.
So they could remove your ships from any planet. And as you could imagine, in a game where you win by having your ships on enemy planets, the vacuum being able to suck you off of those planets is a huge problem. Normally, you'd think that combination would just win the game. But the designers of Cosmic Encounter have thought of issues like this over the 40 plus years of its lifespan, and they have mechanisms to counteract it.
Can I just yoink your ship? Or it has to be off your planet? Probably off your planet.
Okay, I've decided that I don't want to figure it out, so I'm going to zap it. And then I'm also going to use the Reincarnator. So...
Oh, no.
After another player besides the Reincarnator loses an encounter or fails to make a deal, you may give this flare to that player. Immediately after the end of this encounter, that player must discard his or her current power and draw a new one.
Oh.
Aliens with game setup text or aliens not allowed in the current game should be discarded and the player draws again. There are a few games that can capture the pure chaotic fun of a game like Cosmic Encounter, and there's a reason it's been able to stand the test of time for over 40 years. 5 out of 5. If you want to watch an entire playthrough of Cosmic Encounter, click the video on screen now.
Will people be able to hear our voices?
Yeah.
It's just Jake talking to himself. Filters out all our voices.